Deadman Armageddon is coming July 19th, and if you haven't watched my Deadman introduction video, I advise you to go do that right now because it explains the very basics of how Deadman works, and today I'll be taking a more comprehensive approach on all the things that make Deadman Mode Deadman Mode. When you log in, you will start on a fresh account on Tutorial Island. There is an NPC right at the first doorway, Skippy, that allows you to choose between 5 starter locations when you spawn into the main world. Nigel in the Lumbridge Graveyard also gives you 1 free teleport to any of the same 5 locations every day, with the days on RuneScape starting at midnight in the UK. You'll have a starter pack in your inventory, and when you open it, contains 12 tuna, 5k cash, a random tier 1 Deadman sigil, and a starter staff, a starter bow, and starter sword. The staff is charged with 500 fire strike casts, the bow is a willow short bow charged with 2000 bronze arrows, and the sword is equivalent to a mithril scimitar. If you die to a player, you will spawn with a starter pack in your inventory to help the rebuild go smoother. And just like the Nigel teleports, you can claim one of these every day if you have not died and got one that way. The Deadman brackets consist of 5 combat level ranges, and those are the 3 to 50 bracket, 50 to 70, 70 to 90, 90 to 110, and 111 to 126 combat. Every time you reach the combat level to enter a new bracket, you will be unable to trade or use the GE until you go to the appropriate bracket world. Every time you enter a new combat bracket, including the first one, you will receive 1 hour of PvP protection. So try to plan out what you want to do on this protection before making the leap into a new bracket. Each bracket also has a list of automatic quest unlocks as well as a choice of partial or complete quest storylines, which appear as a lamp sent to your bank or inventory. Once you choose your quest unlocks, I advise speaking to the tutors in Lumbridge because they'll give you items you would normally receive when completing those quests, such as the choice between a crystal shield or bow if you complete the Elven questline in bracket 2. As you move up the brackets, drop rates for uniques will become increasingly more common. This drop rate modifier, as far as I can tell, covers every unique in the game, including Defenders from the Warriors Guild, which by the way was made a safe zone during the last Deadman tournament. Last time it became an extremely popular spot, so this time they decided to increase the spawn rate and spawn timers for the Cyclops inside. Sigils in Deadman Mode are account buffs in which you can have 3 active at any moment. These come in the form of items, and they come into game as PVM drops, and this time also from skilling, at a rate of 1 out of 1000 from any gathering skills such as mining and woodcutting. From PVMing, the rate depends on the monster's combat level, and as you progress through the brackets, you will receive higher tier sigils more commonly, with the highest tier of sigils unable to be received in the lowest brackets. Alongside the random tier 1 sigil from your starter pack, you'll be given the option to choose a starter sigil, which are tier 2 combat sigils for each style. For magic, you have the Menacing Mage sigil, for ranged you have the Ruthless Ranger sigil, and for melee, you used to have the Feral Fighter sigil, but that has been removed and now replaced with a buffed version of the Formidable Fighter sigil, which gives plus 30 accuracy in your melee styles, and this time a 30% chance to proc an extra 5 damage per attack. Armageddon will have an unlimited run energy feature, similarly to Leagues and Deadman All-Stars, so the 2 agility sigils have been removed from the game. Monsters with a combat level over 100 will have a chance to drop tier 5 emblems, which you can turn in for bounty hunter points and spent at the bounty hunter shop location at the Grand Exchange next to Purdue, where you can buy many useful items like the looting bag, rune pouch, and any potions you'll need. Note that the looting bag on Deadman Mode works anywhere that is not a safe zone instead of just the wilderness. Overloads are making an appearance outside of raids, but in a nerfed state. You can get the supplies for these potions at breaches and require 83 herblore to make. Some random but helpful differences in Deadman include Barrow's chest giving skilling supplies from the rewards chest, Desert Treasure 2 rings no longer require the quest to wear, and the Agility Pyramid tops will net you 30k each instead of 10k on the main game. Deadman points are a new addition to Deadman Mode in which you can engage in any activity and gain points, where you can compete on the high scores for a chance to win real-world cash and spend those points on main game cosmetics. Each boss monster, total level, achievement diary, combat tasks, and clue scrolls you kill or complete will net you Deadman points, with boosts for diary completions, skills max, your first boss kills, and completing every combat task for a given boss. Potentially the most point-heavy activity you can do is killing breach monsters, which nets you 1 Deadman point per 1 damage done. Deadman breach monsters are the only avenue for gaining PvP weapons and the advanced weaponry trinkets. When you open a trinket, you roll to receive one of the 7 corrupt weapons Deadman Armageddon has to offer. These weapons are endgame weapon variants with slight nerfs to help you PK or PVM faster. The nerfs are basically a flat 15% damage reduction, with some weapons being a little more complicated. All the corrupt weapons you can receive from the trinkets include the Voidwaker, Dragon Claws, the Dark Bow, the Volatile Nightmare Staff, and of course the Twisted Bow, Scythe, and Tumican Shadow. When Deadman Armageddon comes to an end, your account profile will transfer over to the permanent Deadman world, including all your achievements and untradable items, but all of your tradable items will vanish, so don't feel the need to keep anything you don't need for the finale once that comes around. For the finale, we're going to see something that has never happened in Deadman mode before. We will have 5 different finals, 1 for each bracket, with real-world cash given to each of the winners. Time is running out before this Deadman begins, and I have a lot more videos I want to make, so leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos and motivate me to get things done. I also have a Discord if any of you have questions on Deadman mode or just for me, and I'll do my best to answer them.